Hi everyone. So my name is Paula. Welcome. Today I'm going to do a yoga class. It's going to be from 45 minutes to an hour. I'm gonna be focusing today on the root chakra. So we're going to be doing a lot of sitting postures and also some standing postures as well. We're going to do some beginner to advanced, or I will say intermediate. So the first thing we're going to do, we're gonna start with some breath work. So we're gonna inhale from our nose. We're gonna count to 6 to 8 seconds. Hold it at the top of your lungs and slowly exhale from your nose or mouth. And we're gonna hold again for 6 to 8 seconds and repeat for a few more times. So we're gonna start inhaling. We're gonna hold it at the top of our lungs. I'm gonna exhale. I'm gonna inhale once again. Hold it at the top of your lungs and exhale. Once again, we're gonna inhale. Hold it at the top of your lungs. Exhale slowly from your nose or mouth. And hold your empty lungs. Once again, we're gonna inhale. Hold it at the top of your lungs. Exhale as deeply as you can. And hold your empty lungs. For the last time, we're gonna inhale as deeply as you can. We're gonna hold it at the top of your lungs. Exhale as deeply as you can. And hold your empty lungs. You're gonna go back to your regular breathing. You're gonna inhale once again. And exhale. You're going to clear any thoughts from your mind and just focus on your breathing. Inhale once again. And slowly exhale. Once again, we're going to inhale as deeply as you can. And exhale. So it's hard to hear the bowl because right now there's like a lot of sounds. So we're going to begin our practice today. We're gonna start by shifting our body towards the top of the mat or the front. We're gonna find ourselves in a seated position right now. Walk your hands towards the front of the mat. Bring your knees down. Come yourself to a tabletop position. Inhale, lift up your knees off the mat and walk your feet towards the front. Inhale, lift up and slowly come all the way up to mountain pose or Tadasana. We're going to start doing sun salutation A, and then we're going to do sun salutation B. You're gonna start by bringing your hands or the palm of your hands towards your heart center. right here in front of your chest. At your inhale, lift up your hands up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands down. Try to bring your head as low as possible. And you're going to extend your legs here in Uttanasana, extending forward fold. If you cannot reach the floor, you can always hang here and bring your hands together, grabbing your opposite elbows in Baddha Uttanasana. Inhale, bring the hands to the shin of your legs or on top of your knees. Look forward, come to Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale, bring your hands down, bring your legs back. You can bring your knees down to the mat and fall to a Chaturanga Dandasana or lower plank. Slowly, you're gonna inhale, lift up your shoulders off the mat. You can lift up your hips if this is accessible for you, so you can come to the full Uddha Mukha Savasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, come to Adho Mukha Savasana, lifting up your knees off the mat, extending your legs completely and your back as well. You're gonna stay here for 5 breaths. You can pedal your feet, bringing the heels of your foot so you can reach them closer to the mat. Extend your knees and legs. Extend your arms as much as possible, as well with your back. We have 3 more breaths. 2 and 1. We're gonna walk our feet towards the front of the mat. Bring your hands to the shin of your legs at your inhale. Come to half forward fold. Exhale, come to Uttanasana or standing forward fold. Inhale, lift up your hands all the way up to the sky to Tadasana or mountain pose. Exhale down to Samastiti. Okay, we're gonna do this one more time. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lift up your hands up to the sky to Tadasana. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat or just hang here with your head down into standing forward fold. Inhale, lift up your head and look forward. Extend your back. Come to Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale, bring your hands down, bring your legs back. You can bring your knees down to the mat if this feels accessible for you today. Bend your elbows and come to Chaturanga Dandasana. Bringing your chest all the way down. Inhale, lift up your shoulders off the mat. You can lift up your hips as well. Extend your arms completely and come to upward facing dog. Exhale, come to downward facing dog. Bringing your knees completely extended if that feels accessible for you today. We're gonna stay here for 4 more breaths. We're gonna pedal our feet if that feels comfortable for us. You're gonna extend your back as much as possible, extending yourself more into each breath. We have 2 more breaths. And then 1. Walk your feet towards the front of the mat. Inhale, bring the hands to the shin of your legs or on top of your knees. Look forward to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bring your hands down or just fall down here into a standing forward fold. Inhale, slowly bring your hands all the way up to the sky to Tadasana. Exhale to Samastiti. Okay, we're going to now sun salutation B. So feel free to always take some water or come to child's pose if you need to take a break. Okay, we're gonna start with sun salutation B. With this sun salutation, we're going to start at the front of the mat, bringing your feet right next to each other. Bend your knees. Oh, sorry. So we're gonna bring our hands to heart center. Inhale, bend your knees, bring your arms up to the sky. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, extend your legs, bring your head down. Come to standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, come to half forward fold. Exhale, bring your hands down, bring your legs back. You can also bring your knees down. Come to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, come to Uddha Mukha Savasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, you're gonna come to downward facing dog. We're gonna stretch your back here completely. We're gonna inhale, lift up, or right foot off the mat, extend it completely up in the sky, and bring it forward, right next to the inner side of our right hand. Making sure our back foot is diagonal to our body. We're gonna bend our knee, or front knee. Inhale, lift up your arms up to the sky. Make sure your back is extended, you're opening your chest. Your hips are looking forward. You're here in Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Bring your leg back. Come to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, come to Uddha Mukha Savasana. Exhale, come to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. You're going to lift up your left foot and extend your leg. Slowly bring your foot right next to the inner side of your left hand. Make sure your back foot is diagonal to your body. Your front knee is going to be bent. Inhale, lift up your arms up to the sky. Open up your shoulders, open up your back. Make sure your hips are squared towards the front. You're going to find yourself in Virabhadrasana 1, or Warrior 1. Exhale, bring your hands down. Bring your feet back. Come to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, come to Uddha Mukha Savasana. Exhale, come to downward facing dog, or Adho Mukha Savasana. We're gonna stay here for 5 breaths. So you can always come to child's pose by bending your knees, bringing it towards the sides of the mat. You're gonna sit on your legs. Your feet can be on the sides, or you can sit on top of your feet, depends on your accessibility. Walk your hands towards the front. So this is if you haven't changed from downward dog. So if you always want to come to a rest. So we're gonna have 3 more breaths. Making sure we're trying to extend our legs as much as possible, as well as our back. Slowly walk your feet towards the front of the mat. Make sure you bring them next to each other. Inhale, come to Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. You can bring your hands to the shin of your legs or on top of your knees, making sure your back is extended. Exhale, bring your hands down, come to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, come to Utkatasana, chair pose. And exhale to Samastiti. Okay, we're going to do Sun Salutation B one more time. I'm just gonna take a quick water break. Okay, Sun Salutation B. Once again, we can do it a little bit more faster without the explanation. Okay, inhale, start in Samastiti. Bend your knees, bring your hands up to the sky, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale, come to Chaturanga Dandasana, lower plank. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Savasana, or upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana, or downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up, come to Vidrasana 1 on your right side. Squaring your hips towards the front. Exhale, come to Chaturanga Dandasana and come to upward facing dog with a Mukha Savasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, Vidrasana 1 on your left side. Squaring your hips towards the front. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Savasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. And we're gonna stay here for 5 breaths. We're gonna make sure our back is extended. We're gonna pedal our feet so that way we can extend more our legs. We have 2, 1. Walk your feet towards the front of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, come to Utkatasana. And exhale to Samastiti. Okay, so we finished doing Sun Salutation B. Now, excuse me, we're going to start doing our standing sequence. So we're gonna start in Tadasana, a standing pose here, or mountain pose. Bringing our hands to heart center. We're gonna inhale, come to Tadasana from Samastiti. Exhale, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, our lower plank. Exhale, come to Adho Mukha Savasana. Inhale, come to Vidrasana 1, Warrior 1 with your right side. your right leg on the front. You're gonna align your body. So for Vidrasana 1, you're gonna make sure your foot is not directly aligned with the back one. They're gonna be a little bit separated by a few inches. But of course, you're gonna feel how it feels for your body, because everybody is different. So what feels good for me might be different for you. You're going to bend your front knee and bring your hands up to the sky, extending your chest. Okay, so we're here in Vidrasana 1. Slowly, you're gonna bring your hands towards the side, and you're gonna make sure your back foot, instead of being diagonal, now is looking directly towards the other side. So they're bisecting each other. Now, the heel of your front foot is going to be in the middle of your foot, if that makes sense, of your back foot. You're gonna bend your front knee and keep the back one extended. You're gonna keep your core engaged, opening your chest. And you're gonna stay here for a few breaths. So 3 breaths. Inhaling as deeply as you can. Exhaling. Okay, so we're gonna now do a humble warrior. So if you need to take a break, you can always just extend your legs, or you can always come to child's pose. So we're gonna do humble warrior. You can place one hand behind your hip if this feels accessible for you, or you can just slide it behind your back leg. In your opposite arm, like your right arm, we're going to stretch it across our ear or above our ear, like if you were trying to swim freestyle, bringing our hand over our ear, or arm over our ear. So that's the start of the reverse warrior. You can also bring your hand behind your hip here. You're gonna bend your knee and then look over with your opposite arm. Okay. So if you need to take a rest, you can always come to side angle here. But that's also a little bit tiring, so you can always, come to child's pose as well. Now we're gonna do the humble warrior. So keeping our body in the same position as warrior 2, we're gonna open up our chest, bring our hands behind our body, interlacing our fingers. Inhaling, you're gonna open up, bring your shoulders back, and then exhale. Bring your shoulder right next to your knee and extend your arms right behind you, or you can just keep them like this, whatever feels comfortable for you. You're gonna inhale and exhale. Don't forget about your breath. Try to stay 3 to 5 breaths in each position, but if you need to just come out of the position, feel free to do so. Just listen to your body. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Now we're going to do one of the more advanced ones. So it's warrior 3. So I'm going to bring myself a little bit more back. For this one, you need to have a little bit of clearance of space in front of you. And if you want to have something to hold on, go for it, like a block or, like a chair or something. It's going to help you to do the pose and get your balance in, you know, your alignment on your hips, and then the more you do it, you're gonna be able to do it without. Okay, so you're gonna start in warrior two. Inhale, hips, shift your hips forward, jump your back leg from the mat, and slowly try to bend, uh, extend your front knee, and bring your body as forward as possible, and coming almost like a T position. You can bring your hands forward if it feels accessible for you today, or behind you. But always listen to your body, so when it's time to just get out of the pose, you know, try to not force it and just come back from it. Now, we're gonna come back to warrior two. We're gonna do bound warrior. So, bringing our shoulder all the way down, right next to our knee. We're gonna open up our arms and see if we can interlace our hands behind our back. Breathing in and breathing out. Ideally, I like to prefer to just breathe from my nose, but since I have to talk a lot, I have to use my mouth as well. But feel free to, you know, just breathe however way you like. So we have one more breath. Inhale, lift up off the mat. Come to warrior two once again. Slowly bring your hands down. Bring your leg back. You're gonna find yourself in a downward dog. Bring your shoulders towards the front of the mat. And slowly exhale, falling forward to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift up to a cobra or a upward facing dog. Exhale, come to downward facing dog. Now we're gonna repeat doing the opposite side. So if you feel like you wanna take a water break or come to child's pose, feel free to do so. Extending our back and arms as much as possible. Making sure when we're doing downward dog, our hands are shoulder width apart and our feet are hip width apart. Sometimes like the body's not the same, so we have to adjust to our specific size. Okay, we're going to now inhale, lift up our back feet, our left foot off the mat and bring it all the way forward. Come to warrior one with your left side. You're gonna square your hips towards the front of the mat. Open up your chest. Slowly come to warrior two. You're gonna make sure your back foot is looking towards the other side and your front foot is looking towards the front of your body. You're gonna line your foot together, your feet together. So basically the the heel of your front foot is going to be connecting or aligning with the middle of your back foot, like this. And my apologies, I'm like messing up a little bit. My language, my English today. Okay, coming to our warrior two, making sure your front knee is bent, keeping your core engaged, arms towards the side. You can look at your middle finger or your index finger. That way you can have a joystick point. Going to now do a humble warrior. So bringing your hands behind your back, opening your chest at your inhale. Exhale, slowly come all the way down, bringing your shoulder right next to your body, your left knee. So as close as possible to your body. You're gonna stay here in the pose from 3 to 5 breaths. So we have 2 more breaths. We're gonna lift up and come to warrior 2. We're gonna come to the back of the mat a little bit. Staying in warrior 2, we're gonna shift our hips towards the front of the mat. We're gonna hop off our back foot of the mat and extend our front knee. Oops. So sometimes one side you might have more balance than the other one. So it's totally okay. Inhale. You can just always realign yourself. I struggle a lot with my left side, so I have to work a lot on this ankle specifically. Gonna inhale. You can also keep a little bent if you struggle to keep your leg fully extended for the day. Inhale. And if you have to go back down, that's totally fine. Bring your hands forward or towards the side or behind you. Come back down to warrior 2. Bend your knee, lift up your core up, and come to warrior 2 again. Slowly, now we're gonna come to the bond warrior. So we're just gonna bond it behind us. So we're gonna come to almost a humble warrior and bring our hands behind our back. Interlacing our fingers, gonna open our back as much as possible. Inhaling, exhaling. We're gonna stay here from 3 to 5 breaths. We have 2, 1, lift up to warrior 2. Slowly exhale. Now we're gonna come to Chaturanga Dandasana. Bring your hands down to the mat. Bring your leg back. You're gonna find yourself in a downward dog. Bring your shoulders all the way towards the front of the mat. Bend your elbows and come to a lower plank. Inhale, come to Urdhva Mukha Savasana. And exhale, come to Adho Mukha Savasana. Okay, so for the next poses, we're going to do more standing poses as well. So you can, you're free to go take a water break or stay in child's pose, whatever you like. Okay, so I changed my mind and we're gonna just do this sitting poses and then we're gonna just finish with standing. So we're just going to reverse it. Finding ourselves here into Sukhasana or easy seated pose. You can find yourself crossing your legs. Gonna inhale Bring one leg and extend it right next to the other one. Making sure we're trying to press our knees all the way onto the floor. We're going to make an L with our body, if that makes sense. Like an L shape. Inhale, you're gonna press the sides of your uh, body onto the mat. So pressing down with your hands. It's like you're pressing into like your core, and your legs are just hanging here, extending as much as possible. Opening your back, bringing your shoulders back into Dandasana. Okay, you're gonna inhale and slowly exhale. We're here in Paschimottanasana. So if you cannot grab your feet, I recommend sliding down at your exhale and just staying here as much as your body lets you go today. And that's totally fine where you go, you know. Everybody's different, and like, you know, it's your own journey. So, you know, just keep being consistent and focused on yourself. We're gonna stay here, inhaling and exhaling for 3 to 4 breaths. Okay, we're gonna release our hands, come all the way up, bringing our right foot to the inner side of our left thigh. We're basically bending our knee and pressing our foot like here, like towards the side of our leg, if that's easier to explain. We're gonna now do Mahamudra. So we're going to bring our head to our knee. Slowly, you're gonna inhale, lifting up your back, extending it completely. Exhale, extend all the way down. So basically you're here to head to knee. We're gonna stay here for a few breaths. So if you cannot come and bring your head all the way down to your knee, that's totally fine. You can just come all the way down and lift up. Okay, you're gonna release your foot from the inner side of your knee. Now bring the opposite foot on the inner side of your right knee or thigh. We're gonna try not to press it directly on the knee, so it's gonna be a little bit above it. Inhale, lift up your chest, extend your back. Exhale, slowly fall forward and bring your head to your knee if it feels accessible for you today, or just round your back and bring your head as close as possible to your body. We're gonna stay here for 4 more breaths. We have 2 and 1. Releasing from our foot, we're gonna lift up our back and come to Dandasana one more time, or a staff pose. We're gonna open up our back, bring our shoulders back. Now we're gonna do a little one that is a little bit more advanced. So if it feels too much advanced, I will modify it for you. So we're gonna now do Padma Paschimottanasana. So it's Padma Baddha Paschimottanasana because we're doing the bounce. So Bringing your foot, your right foot, you're gonna bend your knee and bringing as close as possible to your left hip. You're gonna keep your back extended and sitting straight. Or if this feels too uncomfortable, you can bring your foot a little bit more farther away from your body. We're gonna now inhale. You can lift up your hands up to the sky and exhale and grab your foot here and you're gonna feel the stretch. So this is the variation pose. I know it will be a little bit more easier, but I still have to figure out a way for that. So the real Padma Bada Paschimottanasana, we're gonna bring your heel all the way closer to your hip. Slowly, you're going to bring your right hand, and if you have a towel or something, you can just try to see if you can like hook it around your foot and grab the towel. That was like an extension of your body. Open up your back and chest. Inhale, and slowly with your left hand, you're going to grab your foot and open up here towards the side into Padma Bada Paschimottanasana. So it's bound lotus, seated forward fold pose. Opening your shoulder towards the side. Staying here for 2 more breaths. Slowly we're gonna release. And now we're going to switch. We're gonna bring your foot as close as possible to your right hip. Or if it feels too uncomfortable, you can just bring it a little bit out. Okay. Sitting with your back completely straight. You're going to now try to press your knee a little bit now to the mat so you can open up your hip. Bringing your left hand behind your back. You can use the towel to use it as an extension of your body. Grabbing onto your foot with your left hand. Slowly inhale. You can lift up your arms to the sky. And exhale, reach forward to your foot. Or you can just slide down your hand and see how far you can just go. And my apologies for all the noises. Right now it's quite hectic here. Okay, we're going to now do 2 more breaths. Slowly we're going to release. I'm gonna bring your foot all the way towards the front. Come back to Dandasana. So we're gonna do our last standing sequence, and then we're gonna be done for the yoga class for today. Finding ourselves into our Sukhasana or easy seated pose. Bring your knees all the way down to the mat. Walk your hands forward. Come to a tabletop position. Bring your legs back or your feet back. Inhale, lift up to downward facing dog. And walk your feet towards the front of the mat. Inhale once again. And come to Tadasana or Samastiti. Right now in Samastiti, we're going to inhale and bring one foot or left foot behind us. We're gonna make sure it's not directly aligned with our front foot. They're gonna be a little bit separated, almost like in Warrior One. We're gonna make sure our back foot is a little bit diagonal to our body, is going to be a little bit towards the side. So you're gonna find the right angle for your body because everybody's hips and bodies are different. So just see what feels better for you. You're going to square your hips towards the front and making sure they are aligned with your front foot. Okay, we're going to start with doing our triangle pose, Trikonasana. Inhale, we're gonna start with our right hand. We're gonna bring our hands toward the side like a T. And slowly exhale. Bring our right hand all the way down to the mat on the inner side of your front foot. So you can also bring your hands into spider web fingers and see if you can open up your arms as much as possible, as long as with your chest, keeping your core engaged. We're gonna stay here for 3 more breaths, so in total of 5. Making sure your legs are completely extended. Sometimes the back or front knee might want to bend with it, like little by little. So just try your best to keep them extended. We're going to now lift up our arm and now bring it down. So we're gonna switch sides with our hands. Now you're gonna open up, bring your left hand forward, and your right hand is gonna be behind you. So you're twisting your body and your hips are looking forward. Slowly inhale and then exhale. Bring your left hand on the outer side of your right foot. If it feels too complicated for you, you can just keep it here on the inner side. Ideally, we want to have it on the outer side. So keeping the hand on the outer side of your foot, if it feels accessible for you today. You have 3 more breaths. Slowly bring your hands up and then untwist your sides. We're gonna now come to pyramid pose. So we're going to, you can see if you can shift this, the distance of your legs and adjust. Sometimes, from pose to pose, you might have to change your postures because, your body might be different. So you're going to square your hips towards the front of the mat. You can hold your hands on your hips and slowly bring yourself all the way forward while keeping both legs extended. If it feels comfortable for you, you can bring your hands down to the mat or grab something as well, like a block or a chair, so that way you can fold yourself forward. Inhale, exhale. We're gonna stay here for 2 more breaths. 1. Lift up off the mat, slowly. We're gonna now inhale and bring your foot towards the front of the mat. Now we're gonna switch sides. You're gonna bring your right foot towards the back. Your left foot is going to be looking towards the front of your body. Your back foot is going to be a little bit diagonal. We're not gonna do triangle pose, Trikonasana. We're gonna extend our hands towards the side. Slowly inhale and exhale. Bring your left hand towards the inner side of your front foot. You can do spider hands or just completely press your hand onto the mat. You're gonna keep your core engaged, legs engaged and extended. You can look at your top hand. You have 2 more breaths. And 1. Inhale, lift up off the mat. Now we're gonna do revolve Trikonasana or reverse triangle. We're gonna switch our hips and now look towards the opposite side. Our right hand is going to be on the front. We're gonna now slowly inhale and come and bring our right hand down to the mat. We're gonna open up our hand, inhaling and exhaling slowly, not forgetting about it. We're gonna stay here for 3 more breaths. And then 1. Slowly inhale, lift up your arms off the mat, and then untwist your hands or core. We're gonna now do pyramid pose. You're gonna make sure you can adjust your legs a little bit to do this pose, because this one I think is a little bit more extended than triangle. Okay, so for pyramid pose, we're going to inhale, open up our chest, and slowly exhale. Bringing our hands down to the mat, bringing our head as closer as possible to our knee or our body. And inhale and exhale. We're gonna stay here for 4 more breaths. We have 2 and 1. Lift up your shoulders, look forward. Inhale, lift up your arms off the mat. We're gonna bring your hands to your heart center and bring your foot all the way to the front of the mat. Okay, so now we are going to find ourselves into a seated position. And we're going to close today's class with some breathing exercises and sound healing. Hopefully you guys can hear the instruments. Okay, so we're gonna begin by inhaling as slowly as possible, trying to get as much air as you can. Hold it at the top of your lungs. Slowly exhale from your nose or mouth. Hold your empty lungs. Once again, we're gonna inhale. Hold it at the top of your lungs. Exhale as deeply as you can. And hold your empty lungs. Inhale as deeply as you can. Hold it at the top of your lungs. Exhale as deeply as you can. Inhale as deeply as you can. Hold it at the top of your lungs. Exhale as deeply as you can, emptying out all your lungs. Inhale once again. Hold it at the top of your lungs. Exhale as deeply as you can. Hold your empty lungs. Now we're gonna go back to your regular breathing. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time. We're gonna inhale as deeply as we can. Hold it at the top of your lungs. Exhale slowly and deeply. And hold your empty lungs. Okay, we're going to close today's practice. You don't have to do it with me, but it's just like a sign of gratitude. You can bring your hands to your heart center. You can keep them there or bring them to your third eye or in front of your brow. And we're gonna say namaste. And for me, that means thank you so much for being here. I really appreciated that you watched this class. Thank you so much.